And listen, right? So I just found out my man, whatever his name is, on the Dolph case, he beat all charges, right? Listen, let me tell you something. I wish I would have posted this because I hate to say it now. People like, bro, I blew you perping. You ain't. Listen, when I seen that motherfucker lawyer get up, that nigga's an animal. The Chaldean Arab Jewish looking dude with the whatever he is with the beard. Listen, when I seen him talking, I said, oh, he got some bad motherfuckers. Even though they court appointed, but see what people don't understand, even the baddest lawyers do pro bono work. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they just take, just cases. You know what I mean? My lawyer do pro bono cases, and she's one of the biggest lawyers out of the state of Michigan, out of Detroit, Michigan. You know, her and her husband. I don't know if it's some type of draw, but these some bad motherfuckers he had. And like I be telling people, man, when these cases like this come up, sometimes take them pro bono. That's good for your office. You know what I'm saying? You beat this motherfucking case like the girl here who stabbed the lady at McDonald's. Somebody need to take her case. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, take her case for free and run it up. You beat that motherfucker and help this girl. You know, look how good you're gonna look. Man, people will donate all type of money for you. Your law office about to go through the roof, like these motherfuckers about to go through the roof. Because anytime you can beat a case, when you got a motherfucker saying he did it and pointing, got up in the court and said he did this, this, and this, no matter how good, listen, no matter how good a lawyer you are, when you got a motherfucker witness point you out, man, you damn near cooked. So for them to come from under that, but let me tell you something. The prosecution team need to be thrown in jail. They need this shit stopped. They need to be, however long this man sat in there or was facing, they should at least let him do the same time, mandatory. Y'all bitches, because y'all motherfuckers knew from the beginning. That's why y'all let him go at the beginning. He kept fucking up. And that's how he got locked back up. He kept fucking up, doing dumb shit, violating. They let him out. They knew they didn't have no case on him from the beginning, man. I said this about that motherfucker from my city, Ken Worthy. I can't stand that motherfucker. Listen, the prosecutors, especially here, all over, anywhere, is a bunch of niggas that they pick up they don't give a fuck if they know you not guilty. You know how many cases there's motherfuckers that been sent to prison and they know that this motherfucker didn't do it. They know it was not no evidence, but all they knew this nigga was poor. And they knew they can close this case and send somebody to prison. So they closing the case and they getting the win, number one, and they sending another nigga to prison. You know how many cases, dog, that I look back on that motherfucker be like, y'all convicted this man with zero evidence. No, nothing on him, but the jury still found him guilty. That's why I say sometimes fuck a jury trial. It's not always wise to go to a jury trial. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to go to a bench. The judge, you know what I'm saying? The judge gonna have to go by the rules. Look, it ain't no witness, it ain't this, so you fuck a reasonable doubt. By law, he has no DNA, no fingerprints, no nothing to say he done it. And fuck this witness. This witness, like yada, 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 y'all offering him a deal. Because even in the Young Thug case, all that shit shouldn't even never went to trial. Young Thug shouldn't have been on fucking trial. How? All the evidence that you had on him. He should have fought that shit. But I understand why he fought it. A bird in the hand beats two in the bush. So fuck it. They about to let me go. I understand because I've been in there. So y'all gonna let me go by any means. I want to go home. But he could have beat that motherfucker, man. He was gonna beat it. All you had was a bunch of motherfuckers who was fighting for their life and they was offered leniency to testify against him. Motherfuckers are telling their own mama. So you know what I'm saying? So that case like that shouldn't have even been in. This Puffy shit shouldn't have even been here, man. I can name 1,000 trials that a motherfucker shouldn't have never, the prosecution should have never did it, but they do it. And this shit has to stop. That's why it's so unjust out here now. Because these prosecutors don't give a fuck. But when you start like, look, if this man go to prison and he's wrongfully convicted, you can be held accountable for that shit. Like some jobs, man, you know what I'm saying? You can do a job right now, a police officer, same thing. If he fuck around and shoot somebody unlawfully, he can go to prison for that shit. Doing your job, you got to know when to hold and when to fold, because the wrong move you fuck around a mistake, you know what I'm saying? So you signing up for this. And you know this. So if you mistakenly kill somebody thinking it's a gun and it wasn't a gun, you can do life in prison for that shit. The same thing with these prosecutors. These motherfuckers is taking any case Long as it's a poor nigga, they like, oh, this nigga ain't got no money, and dog saying something. But y'all knew from the beginning that all the evidence point, that's why y'all let him go at first. But y'all was like, fuck it. Let's double down and lock this nigga up. Y'all don't give a fuck about locking an innocent nigga up. At one bit do they give a fuck about locking an innocent nigga up. All they want is that win, man. And any ex-prosecutor, that's why you notice most ex-prosecutors go to be a defense attorney. A lot of them switch and they get to telling it all because they know that's a dirty game. Or they get to be judges and they tell it all. These prosecutors ain't shit, man. But that motherfucker beat this motherfucker like Rocky. You feel me? And ain't no coming back, man. It's got to be a beautiful feeling. But the fucked up thing, now you know I'm a Dolph fan all day through and through. But now at this point, and look at this rat motherfucker sitting up there. You know how stupid he got to feel right now? This rat motherfucker get up there and pointing his finger. I mean, man, and these the type of niggas these young niggas look to. Because on the streets, this nigga name probably was ringing like he a killer, he this, he that. But now look at this rat motherfucker, tail hanging out the back of his suit, getting up there and proudly pointing this man out. Because he about to get a lenient sentence. And they still got to do it because he did. Just because that nigga wasn't convicted, he's still going to get his points knocked off, years knocked off his sentence for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Man, this was some dirty shit. And none of this shit, man, when I seen that lawyer, like, look, ain't no fingerprints in the car, but they fingerprints in the car. He was like, look at the text messages. Not one text message. When I seen that shit, I said, oh, this motherfucker's a beast. They doing their homework, man. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers is lying. That prosecutor on that case, they need to be locked the fuck up immediately. No pass go. There's some crooked shit for real, man. Something need to happen to these motherfuckers. This has to stop. Now, just think if this nigga didn't have nothing to do with it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. A motherfucker probably don't like you anyway, can bring you into some shit. Just use you for a scapegoat. Okay, we gonna say this, the dog did this and beat the case. Suppose he didn't have nothing to do with this. But guess what? This man's life, I don't know how long he gonna live. You got to think, okay, he free, but is he free? You too broke to relocate. Everybody know your face. Where you gonna go? It's Dolph lovers all over the world, my nigga. Do you know it's motherfucking fans that'll crash out and do that boy bad if they catch him out here? So suppose these niggas was lying the whole time about this nigga being involved and now his life is in danger. Wouldn't that be some fucked up shit? Though I say, man, this ratting shit is at an all-time high, man, and it's horrible, bro. It's horrible, man. You don't even know, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, it's confusing to me, man, because like you know, at this point, just think of how he gotta feel. He did all his motherfucking time in jail now, and they found him not guilty. But the thing is, he put himself there. They did give him a chance because they knew. Because they knew, you know what I'm saying? They knew that this nigga didn't do it. And that's why they let him go the first time out on bond, yada, yada, yada. But then they snatched that shit up because he kept, oh, I need to go out of town and do this. I got to do this. But how the fuck can he just sit in the house when all these killers out here lurking? How can y'all put me on tether and expect me to stay in one spot when there's killers out here? Now he really fucked up. If that nigga live another year, he'll be lucky. If he live another year, matter of fact, if he live past this week, he lucky. If he live past the day, he lucky. But that's, you know, it's kind of, you know, when you think about this shit, getting yourself caught up in this street shit, you just be like, damn, dog, is it worth it? Because these motherfuckers is serious. They laying shit to the paint, my nigga. They ain't playing. This a real war going on out there. But me personally, my nigga, I'm glad he beat that shit. I'm glad. I don't like that pussy ass shit. If you gonna play the game, play the game. Y'all niggas playing street, then get up and trying to get a nigga locked up. I'm glad he beat this motherfucker. I don't know real nigga do no shit like that, nigga. Fuck you telling on the nigga for? You know what I'm saying? That's not street, motherfucker. You gonna play the streets. You supposed to be so street, gangster and all this, Mr. Killer. Y'all niggas did the hit. Y'all hit that nigga 20 times and didn't get paid. Now you got a life sentence. How dumb you gotta feel, nigga. Now they killing everything that you love. Now everything that y'all niggas love about to get laid to the ground, put in the ground, my nigga. All because y'all want to be tough, y'all want to be gangsters. Nah, these so-called tough gangsters in that motherfucker do anything to get out of jail. Ratting, telling on everybody. Man, this the worst type of nigga in the world. They need to dig a hole under the jail and put this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, I'm glad that nigga beat that shit. Now, if he did that shit to Dolph and had that shit done, well, you know, it's like this, dog. When you in the streets, bro, there's no rule. You know, the streets is the streets. You know what I'm saying? I can't say, well, he had Dolph killed, so yeah, I hope he had got locked up. What type of nigga would I be? A street nigga would I be? Even though I'm not in the streets no more, I respect the game. If you play that game, you know what I'm saying? It's just like any game. It's penalties and fouls and all type of rules to this shit. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? And these niggas breaking them. They not sticking to the code. Hell yeah, I don't want that out. Fuck no, I'm glad. Hell yeah, I'm glad he beat that shit. Oh, pussy ass nigga getting up there. That's him right there in the suit with the bald head, and you fuck ass pussy ass. And that's how all these niggas folding. Nigga, you gonna take a hit for what, 30,000? What the fuck is 30,000? You gonna take a nigga life for $30,000? Dog. That's crazy, my nigga. I wouldn't do harm to a nigga for $30,000. What the fuck is $30,000, nigga? And I'm fucked up. I ain't up. You know what I'm saying, nigga? What y'all niggas just, what the fuck was you gonna do with $30,000, my nigga? You was a fucking pill popping dope fiend. So you was about to, what was you about to do with it? But fuck it off. You took a real nigga, a staple in your neighborhood, the nigga doing everything, he feeding. Look, man, this is how bum shit is. This man, Dolph, was helping and feeding and putting so many people on, and this the nigga you choose to kill? It was jealousy from the jump, my nigga. They don't like it when you up, man. This is a fucked up world. And then on top of you got played, look how many of your homeboys and your family members that got put in the dirt, all because of you. This man gone. His kids can't grow. You don't give a fuck about that, though. You a selfish bitch. You don't give a fuck that Dolph kids not gonna grow up with him. That this nigga had a whole future ahead of him. That he was feeding so many motherfucking people. So for $30,000 and hate in your heart, you choose to do this to this man. This bitch need a death penalty. Man, they need to kill this nigga. I damn near sound like Charles the White on that one. Like, yeah, no. This motherfucker need the death penalty. Motherfucker, nigga, all rights need to be signed off on this motherfucker and get rid of this nigga tonight. Yeah, yep. This the worst shit but listen, I'm trying to tell you young niggas. Listen, I always refer to this Dolph shit. I always refer to the Julio shit. These niggas, if they could look at themselves from a third person, out of body, and look at themselves as somebody else, they'd be like, this a hoe ass nigga, a rat ass nigga, I'd never do that. They'd be on the streets like, man, I ain't never do that. You know, these some fuck niggas and this. They need to be killed, this. But then look, now these niggas doing it. And all them niggas who was rolling with each other, they never thought that they would turn on each other like that. But it's happening all the time. That's why I say these niggas is living in like the Matrix, like a fake world. That's why I say these killers today ain't like killers of my time. I can say that different. Now y'all niggas playing video games and watching YouTube, and y'all niggas is not, y'all conscious, y'all brain is not even wrapped around what you really doing. You just doing some other shit to impress some more niggas, running, hitting the button, spraying some shit up with a switch and pulling off and thinking you doing some shit. Now 5 people dead. Everybody dead except for the nigga you came to get. But you so disconnected. This shit is so fucked up in the hood that people brain, you know, it's not a reality to you. It's not like you have no connection to what you're doing. You really don't realize the effect that you're having. And that's a dangerous motherfucker. In all ways, because he don't really know the pain that he's causing and what he's done. He's took a person's life and they're never coming back. You're not really getting the gist of that. You know what I'm saying? And you're not understanding, my nigga, that once you get caught, the consequences. You did some shit. Now, not even 24 hours later, they got your bitch ass in handcuffs. The niggas who was with you telling on you. Now you crying to your mama, crying to God, oh, help me, playing victim. But no, nigga, this comes with the game. Real killers know that. Real niggas who walk shit down and look shit in the face, I know the consequences of this shit. I know what I'm about to do to this nigga. That's why I gotta have a good enough reason to do this. You niggas is making raps about each other. A rap. Y'all niggas is fucking whole ass niggas, can't fight, ain't got a fucking dime in your name, but you make a motherfucking rap. And you gotta find a nigga to diss. And it's 9 times out of 10, it's a nigga that you grew up with that you end up dissing. And now a nigga who sat at your mama table be the one to put the bullet in your head, or vice versa. You do that. Or y'all niggas grew up together and y'all do a drill together. Now all y'all co-defendants telling on each other. It's a sad world we live in, man. But yeah, I'm glad dog out, man. I mean, whatever happened to him on the street, it happened to him. If you live by it, you die by it, my nigga. But let the streets handle it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all put these folks in the business, and that's bad business. That was some rat ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Tupac shit. Tupac was my favorite rapper. Like Dolph, one of my favorite rappers. But when you in the streets and you playing this game, my nigga, you gotta move a little different. This comes with it. You wanna diss niggas and beef with niggas? This ain't the first attempt on his life, man. He was really slacking. You too comfortable, and I watch too many rappers rap about all this gangster shit. And this how they end up dying. You know what I'm saying? At least Dolph man shot back though. You know what I'm saying? I know they gotta hurt him, that he couldn't protect him a little better. But man, that was you know, when you look back on it, that was just you knew that was the wrong place to be, man. You know what I'm saying? As much as you love the hood, I watched a lot of rappers die like that, man. Right in their neighborhood. Coming back. That's what I always get them. They always say most rappers die where they from. And it's the truth. Because niggas want to prove to other niggas like, I'm here and I'm untouchable. But you got on the other end, you got these niggas with so much hate on their heart, they about to prove you different. No, we gonna get you, nigga. They don't give a fuck at what cost. Like I told you, the hate be so bad and so real that a motherfucker will give a life just to take yours. Just to take yours. Just for you won't shine, for you won't be out here. They will give their life, death or life in jail, just to stop you from shining, my nigga. No reason. Ain't gotta take shit. They just want to get rid of you. You know what I mean? That's how much hate they got in their heart. And it's fucked up out here and it's dangerous. So yeah. But yeah, that's my opinion on this shit, man. I'm Trap Talk Blue. I'm out this bitch.